Let's go. Did Tennessee get screwed over by the officials versus Alabama? I'm going to let you be the judge because last year you guys absolutely ripped my face off, and it's still by far the most viewed video I've ever had on this channel. So I feel like it is time to right the ship here when Alabama got screwed over last year. So obviously Josh Heupel is not happy with what just transpired. You know, is this a 4-point miss? I don't know, because obviously Tennessee ended up just settling for a field goal here. You get a low snap, but the truth is this is a fake pitch to the right. Okay, this is something that Ole Miss does a lot of, and it's a throw to the leaking tight end going vertical. Okay, this is a hold on true freshman Downs. Okay, now, is it bang bang? Yeah, it's not the absolute most blatant hold, but he is grabbing him. The issue is now that the ball is released, all right, the hold would have needed to become before the ball was released because the pass does end up getting tipped. Okay, I do feel this would have been called pass interference if 32 did not tip this pass. And refs, feel free to correct me here. I do feel once this ball... Oh, look, the ref's not even looking at it. Look, he's not even... Look, Tennessee fans, he's not even looking. He's looking this way, it looks like. Once this ball is tipped, pass interference is no longer called, okay, because of a deflection. So, as you can see, he is holding him. It just comes down to how blatant the officials felt it was before the ball left Joe Milton's hands. All right, here we go. 3rd and 7, and everyone's favorite wide receiver in the SEC in the middle of all of this. I'm not a Jermaine Burton fan for obvious reasons, and obviously I think he should have at least been suspended for punching the Tennessee fans running onto the field. But this is an incredible catch while he's getting hit. Okay, this wasn't anything excessive, but what does he do? He kicks a Tennessee player right here. Okay, look at this. He's looking right at him. The CBS graphic is blocking it. He is looking directly at Burton, extending his legs, both of them, and he runs towards it to break it up. Okay? Zero gets a slight shove. You can't kick people. Okay? You've got to call that. All right, so you get another angle of this. Could the coverage have been better? Sure, right? I think the safety, once he sees Milroe's eyes, he could have gotten here a little bit quicker. But still, this is, more so for the penalty side of things. And, yeah, I mean, let's see if we get a full extension kick. It cuts off. All right, 3rd and 9, and this is a hold, okay? I had a Tennessee buddy send this to me, and I've seen Tennessee fans complain about this one on Twitter. If you're going to Tuscaloosa, you're not going to get the 60-40 calls to go in your way, okay? This is not a 50-50 call if you ask me. This is a hold, all right? And you're going to get a replay. They did throw the flag. I do think this is a 60-40 call because I do see this not called, right, if that makes sense, right? And you notice Jermaine Burton isn't complaining about a hold at all, right? It would be one thing if he was up and down screaming, hey, there was a hold here, but this is a slight hold on Judy Lele. Now, once again, it is minuscule. I've seen it not called, right? But on the road, you don't get the 60-40 calls. To me, a 50-50 call is right down the middle, right? You can interpret it one way or another. You see a lot of did he have possession calls come down to just a ref's interpretation of it. Spotting the football could be a 50-50 call. It could go one way or the other. This is a 60-40 if you ask me, right? It's a hold, right? He does get a minor tug of the jersey there, and it did affect the route. So I'm fine with this being called. I also would have been fine if it wasn't called because worse things are allowed to go. But Once again, it's just in the eyes of the official here. All right, so now we get to here. I will say this is a bang-banger, okay? This is what I would consider a pretty much 50-50 situation. I've seen this one not given. I've seen this one given. A good job by, obviously, Joe Milton to extend this play. And if Tennessee scores, they have all three of their timeouts. Man, it's bang-bang. It's close. One thing I would always tell receivers is, you tell me if that's pass interference, okay? Once again, I've seen the hand on the hip given and not given before. It's just that none of these 50-50s went Tennessee's way. It was just pretty much all game long. I'm fine with that not being called, but what I would tell Squirrel White here is to flail your arms up, because that does help with the call. I really do feel it.
Did you feel like that it was a bit one-sided?
Next question. Yeah. Was that long enough silence?
All right, so you heard Josh Heupel there, obviously not really thrilled with the officiating. But let's be real, and I'm just going to say this for the Alabama fans that are in my comment section. Yes, Tennessee could have played better. One thing that I felt they did not do a good job of is keeping their feet, right? There was a huge missed sack opportunity, actually a missed strip fumble opportunity that I'm not showing you in the first half because Tennessee's linemen just could not keep their feet, and you see that huge hole open up. So there's a lot of film reasons as to why Tennessee lost this game. After the missed holding / pass interference, the first play we broke down, Joe Milton had a wide open running back in the flat. I felt Sampson on that route could have been a little flatter to give him a better target, but it was still a bad throw by Joe Milton. He had the matchup that he wanted, and he didn't get the job done. So understand that Tennessee could have done a lot more. But now we get to the most blatant missed call of the day. And before I show you this, understand that this game was very close. This was not a 2-touchdown Alabama victory like the score indicated, right? Tennessee outgained Alabama. But to me, the biggest thing going into this game, Alabama didn't lead the SEC, but they went into this game with averaging over 7 penalties per game versus Power 5 opposition, and they only had 1 penalty called on them all game, and it actually helped them. Get to here, this is a really good pass rush move by 9. Okay, he fakes like he's going to the inside. He gets 65 flat-footed here, Latham, and he grabs his helmet. Okay, now, I will say from this angle, I can't see if this is just not him with his hand on his upper right shoulder. But you could just see the paw is right there on his neck. Okay, so that's holding, that's hands to the face, whatever you want to call it. Obviously, at this point, if I'm 9, I'm flailing my arms up to try and get the referee to call it. But still, this penalty gave Alabama a clean pocket and a wide-open touchdown, okay? Now, this is a huge missed call because that is a 10-yard penalty going in the opposite direction, or it's a touchdown, making this a one-possession game. Huge miss. Absolutely huge. So that is the biggest missed call of the season, if you ask me. Should this even be a reviewable thing? Let me know down below. So, floating in your face right now, you do have another video, my video I did on this last year that you guys blew up, and we'll talk to you soon. It is Power Hour SEC Bell, and we're doing steaks tonight. Let's